Okay, so today we are going to build this project that we see here using the CSS that we've learned so far. And we've learned a lot in CSS. I think we are actually done with it. Maybe 1 or 2 lessons and that will be it. So we're gonna be utilizing the grid properties, the CSS display grid properties that we learned recently, and every other thing that we know to build this. And we are getting inspiration from this site over here, the United States government's website. See, it has a lot of things on it. There are so many divisions of the site, and I think that if we can do this one, then we can be confident to be able to build anything that we see out there. So without saying too much, let's just get started by creating the files that we're going to be working with. Okay, so I'm going to create a folder for today's lesson. You should not care about any of this. These are all the things that we've done in the past. So you shouldn't worry about them. Just focus on the folder that we are about to create right now. So I'm going to the root location here. And then I'm just gonna, oh no, I don't want to be in any other. Just click outside the box like this and add a folder. So actually this is a file, right? This is a file. That's not what we want. We want to add a folder here. Okay, so let's give it a name. CSS Grid project. And in here, we can add a file and call it industry project.html. It's an industry project. Okay, so this is what we have. If you want to have the boilerplate, you can just type the exclamation sign and then do this. We don't need any of this, so we can remove them. And we are going to put a CSS code in here. So within this place. Okay, so before we do anything, let's go back to the site and then get some inspiration about what to do. So
I think you need to create a folder for CSS, right?
You need to create a folder for the project.
For CSS, file, sorry.
External file.
For CSS, you just created HTML.
You don't need to have that, but
we want to do it on there.
Yeah, right? We want to do it in the code.
In the code, okay.
Yeah.
In HTML, okay.
But you can do it in external file also.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. Let's not confuse the two. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so now let's get inspiration over here from what we need to do. You guys can see clearly that this section of the code is a different div, right? It's a div, it's a different division, it's a different section. And the whole of this is a section. We just want to build the body of this site. So what I mean by that, we are not doing the footer because we already did project on the footer and then the header. So it's easy. We all can do that. So we just want to focus on the body here. So you can see that this portion of the body is different from this one. And it's different from this, it's different from that. And then this is also different. This is different. So you just want to have an idea of how many divs you're gonna have to have, right? In order to build this. So because this section is different, you need one div for this. Now you can see that this one also is different from this one and it's different from this. So we're gonna need a div for this one here. We're gonna need another div for this and another div for this. And then a div for this. You can see this is different, so we need a div. So I'm just trying to show you that if I have to build this, that's the kind of analysis I'm gonna be doing. And then this section also needs a div. This also needs a div, needs a div, needs a div. I'm talking about the whole section. And then this one also needs a div. See, we just want to focus on the layout, right? And once we have the layout, it's easy to add the content inside it, as we know. And yeah, so let's do that. Let's do the high level divs that we have over here. So let's do the count actually. So there's one div over here, 2, 3, 4, 5. This whole section, let's keep it as 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, right? So we need to have 16 divs, and all of that, we're gonna put it in one div, but they all seem to live in one place. So 16, so let's go back here. To do that, you're gonna go to the body, create a div. So let me also show you another shortcut. You can just say class equals, show you another technique. Is it class? Then hit enter. Okay, that there's a technique to use here. Let me see. There's a shortcut, class equals. Okay, so that also didn't work. So let me just, I think it's this one. I now remember that class and then do this. Yes. Enter dot class and then hit the tab. Is going to give it to you in this format. So actually, I want to do it again so you guys can see, and I want to do it the proper way. So that we're gonna have the parent div, right? And we're gonna put everything in that. So the best way to do it, you can enter the class name. Say, I'm gonna call it grid container. And then once you do, hit tab, and then it will finish it for you like this. So inside this container, we need to have 16 divs. So each of the divs, let's just give it a class of a box. So I'll just do this to have that. And let's just put any content in here for now. And let's replicate this 16 times, right? So this is 6. Copy all of them. Paste 12. Then this is about 16 of them now. So let's change the content so we don't get confused. A, B, C, D, E, F.
Okay. You wrote E instead of F.
Oh, E, sorry. Thank you. G. We can put I here, doesn't matter. I. Oh, sorry. So the computer has gotten a mind of its own. C, G, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So we're skipping the H, is okay. This doesn't matter. It's just we are not giving a name, so it's just something to hold for the. Just put that here. It's all right. Okay, so now so all of them will give them common class. We can also give them another class, individual class, in case we need to call them individually. So this, we can call this one box 1. And then we need to do the same for, sorry. Just copy this and then I'm trying to find a better way to do this faster. So let's do this technique, put a space here and then paste this. So I'll just begin with 1 for now. So this has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay. So this looks like a good place to start. Okay. So of course, if we look at it in the browser, let's remove this. This is what we have, right? Okay. Yes. We can start with the styling at this point. First of all, let's add some borders so we see what we are doing. And I'm adding the borders to all of them. So just say border. And I'll say 2 pixels. Solid tomato. Any color you want, right? Just so we see what we are doing. And if we check again in the browser, now we have this. Okay. And so let's call the grid container itself and do some CSS over there. We have to put a dot. So we want to change, what should we do? Change the display to grid. That's the first thing. Now, let's see if that does anything. So it doesn't really change anything. And so let's give the container also a border so we can see that they all live in the container. Just copy this and paste. Let's give this a different color. If you don't add a color, what color do you get? Black. Okay. If you don't add any color, you get black. Okay. So now we are about to begin the magic, okay? Now let's think about what is happening for a minute. If we go back to the site, you can see that the first div is taking the whole space in the container, right? Then the second, these ones are taking, they're dividing the second line equally. And then over here, this is taking the whole space, dividing it equally. So now, what is the best way for us to do this? We have to define some template areas. There are different ways of doing it. I'll just show you 2 ways, okay? So let's just do one of them. We can use the grid template areas. Do the grid template areas. So we can say grid, you know, the template areas allow you to define the areas. Some ways may be faster and easier, but this is one of the ways of doing it, a very, powerful way of doing it. So with the template areas, like I said, it's always better to just divide it into 12 equal parts. So this is 4. You can put a space here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you even need spaces between them? Yeah, that's fine. So let's put out an extra space so we can see. Then let's add another 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm doing here is that give me 12 divisions of the column, and all of that give it to the template area A. So template area A, no, grade area A. We haven't defined that yet, so we're going to define it. So now, that's not the only thing we need. Let's look at the second line. So that will take care of the first section here. Now the second section, we need to have divided into 3 equal parts over here. So we're gonna give this area to say grade area B. So grade area B can take 1/3 of the space. Now let's define another area, C, to take 1/3 of the space. Then let's define another one. you take 1/3 of the space. So this one is always the last thing that you do. So that would so this line over here is gonna take care of this section. Do you guys see what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
So now this section is gonna have to occupy the whole space. So how do I achieve that? So E, A, B, C, D, E. So I'll just say E, E, E. Put space here just so you can read the code. The space doesn't do anything. And you see that the E is taking all the 12 divisions. So now let's move to the next section, which is this one. I have to divide it equally into 2. So can you guys tell me how to do that?
So we F, F, F,
I'm listening to you.
another F.
And
then G, 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 G.
Okay, J, J, J.
The J. It wouldn't be G.
Why will it be J? Justify that. No guesses, right? Just go with the logic that we are using.
Are we going in order?
So what are we trying to do? Can you explain what we are trying to do on this line here?
So we're trying to divide it in half.
What does that mean? Equal parts, right? 2 equal parts.
Yeah.
And is that what you're doing right now? You just gave 4.
If it is okay.
Yeah, sorry.
If it is equal parts, that would be like F, 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 and F, 2 places in the middle, and the rest will go, yeah.
Okay, then the rest will come.
The rest, yes, will be J.
Exactimo. Exactimo. Yep.
But isn't that box? Are we doing box 6 and 7?
Box 6 and 7. Please, we haven't mentioned any box yet. Don't confuse us with the box. We are just doing the template.
Okay.
Right? We are just looking at the site and then trying to get the layout of the site.
Okay.
So once we finish, we're gonna assign the boxes to the areas, the template areas. That is the algorithm. That is the way it works. So we are at this section here. So we just did this one, which is very, very good because you can see 2 divs are sharing the space equally. So what about this? Similar, right?
Yeah, similar thing. Yeah.
So you tell me and I write it. But there has to be different divs. So
yeah, okay. That would be F and J. No, sorry. I'm saying the number that we use to represent that.
I understand. So F, J. We can go to K if you want.
Okay. Let's use I and K, right?
Yeah, we can use I and K, yeah. So we can say.
So that would be I.
Okay.
I in 6 places.
Okay, so just jump there to make it more readable.
So the rest is K.
Yeah. So we skip G and H. Let's just bring them so that we don't confuse ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
G. Okay.
Let's put
So
the
this will be H, H and I.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's in order, then it will help us to think properly down there. I know the content doesn't matter, but this one I rather have them in order. So HI, So no J and K, the next. So the next one is this section.
Oh,
We want to
so
divide
we're gonna,
4. Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
I'm
Let's see
missing
the screen.
Yeah.
So we've done H. Wait,
J, K, L.
okay. Now the next one is no
Okay.
J. Okay, so it's now J.
Yeah.
So J,
Mm-hmm.
J,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
K,
Okay.
K,
Mm-hmm.
L,
Um,
L,
Okay.
L
L.
for lion.
L. Okay.
L, okay, 2L.
Okay.
you have to put a space in between
M,
the.
yeah, you need to do space.
Okay. So we've
You
already.
need to,
You guys have already made a mistake. That's why I'm not adding the space. But you continue. We'll space it out when you finish.
okay,
Uh-huh.
wait, K,
I
okay, the next one is
okay.
hold on, wait, hold on, sir,
No,
hold
that's
on,
two.
I'm sorry, yeah,
Okay.
we made a mistake. Can you go back?
Yeah. How many?
Can
Uh-huh.
you go back? So it's supposed to be J, one more J.
Okay. So you want to divide 12 into 2 into
That's 3, 3.
4.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3, 3, not 2. So you put K again.
Mm-hmm. And then we can
K,
now add another K here.
L, one L,
Okay. So I'll put a space and add another L.
and one M.
And then 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Bingo. So this will take care of so the space here is not that clear. Oh, I put extra space here. So it's looking so actually I'm adding 2 spaces here so we can see them clearly. So now let's go to the next. Next is 2 divisions.
2 division.
Almost done. 2 divisions. See, this is a tough project, but it doesn't matter the size of the project. Once they give you the
But I think Grill is more simpler than
than the
Flex.
flex.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It's just getting the concept.
That's it. That's very true. So a lot of people just use the grid all the time, pretty much. But it will do the
I
job.
prefer to use Grill.
Okay, so here IJKL
N,
and
N,
and
O,
O
O, and O.
yes, and then now the last one is this section, which is
That's one.
that's one. So
Right.
yep. So what is it? You can use P,
That's
right?
P.
E all the way
Yeah,
around.
true.
Okay. Yep. So this is the magic. We have the whole template defined over here. The next thing we have to do is to now assign a box to each of these templates, and then we are good. So down here, I said I'll show you 2 ways of doing it, so don't worry. Once you have the layout, everything else is not hard. Okay, so now, unfortunately, we have many boxes, but we need to now assign them individually. So there is a box level property called grade area. It always goes with the grade template areas. So grade area, we're telling which area to give to it, grade area. Then say A. That's it. So now box 1 is going to occupy the area A. Let's do the same for box 2. Box number 2, we give it area B. You know, we can go in order, it's fine. This is a big site, so that's why we are writing a lot of code, but you can see this is just a formality. Can make this 4, and then so 3 can be C,
C,
and then 4 can be D. Sorry.
D.
Copy. We are assigning the day so far.
5,
I'm just going this way first.
6,
7, and 8. And so 5 is going to be E,
E, F,
F,
G,
Okay.
Yeah.
H. Okay. So now we can just copy all of them one more time. And then just replicate it. This is all the syntax, is the syntax. We are just following the syntax. If you are following a syntax, it's difficult to make a mistake. It's just a syntax, right? So H,
G,
ABC,
G.
H, I,
Sorry, I. J,
A,
K,
L,
L, M, N,
N,
O. So
O.
you just need two more.
Yeah.
No, wait. C after
The
N.
numbers, yeah.
I
It's
made a
check
mistake.
after N. After N is O.
O.
That there is G.
Hey, we are forgetting our alphabets now.
P.
O, P.
P. Yeah, and again, go to your if you go down
Uh-huh.
on where you have the classes,
Uh-huh.
I think there's a mistake there.
Oh,
G,
yeah.
Yeah,
C,
because
This is just a
A,
content.
B.
This one doesn't matter. See,
It doesn't matter. Oh,
it's
okay,
just a
okay,
okay.
content.
okay.
It's,
Okay, it's the number that matters. Okay, that's
yes,
fine. That's fine.
yes. You got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got you. So
Okay.
we're gonna change the numbers to
So
9,
9,
10,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Yep. Now the algorithm is completed. If we view in browser now, lo and behold, everything has taken their space. So you can see that now we have the layout. A is taking everything there, B, C, D. Everything looks exactly as the site is. The divisions are clear. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, once we have this, the work is done, I'm telling you. You just have to add the content. When we're going to do it, do you want me to show you another way of achieving the same thing before we add the content, or you rather want me to add the content first?
Okay, let's see the second format, and we'll now have content. We add content to one of them.
Okay, okay. So again, once you get to this point, like I'm saying, the rest is just the content, and then
Yeah, the 50% of the job has been done.
yeah, adjusting the rows and all of that, the dimension for the rows, we'll do all that. So let's just do that. I can close this, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna create another file. Somebody, if you are watching, we don't want to confuse you here. You know what? Why don't we just finish this? Okay, no, let's just do what you said, because I don't know if
Okay, sir.
somebody that's watching, but so I would say approach number 2. Approach number 2. .html. It's all right. Let's just do it. So just another approach. In the same way, you can just get your boilerplate. And of course, at this point, we still need these ones. So we can just bring them. And let's just bring everything from here to the body. Then in there, I'll put this here. So I have 2 bodies. So just gonna copy the body section and paste it here. Now, in the head section, we just have to do the styling. Okay. So, anything that we can bring over, let's just bring over the borders for all of them. We can put the borders here. And then now let's get the grid container. So I just want to show you a different way of doing this. So the grid container, we set the display property. to a grid. Again, nothing really changes, but let's view this in the browser. And we have the same thing, right? Nothing has changed. So now let's do the thinking. You're gonna say, instead of using the template areas, we can just say grid template columns, grid template columns, and then we want to divide it into 12 equal parts, so we can say repeat 12 times, and then divide it equally, so 1 fraction unit. We all remember what this is, right? It's like create 12 columns for me of equal parts, and then do the division. So now if we view this, let's see what it does. We have this. So this is like equal parts and then overflow and all that. So now I want us to now tell them for box number 1, I want it to begin from 1 and end at 12. So there are 12 divisions over here, right? We're going to use the lines. So for box number 1, you can set the column begin and the column end, right? So the column begin at 1 is beginning from here and it's ending at what? 2. So 2 for B, column begins at what? 2 and it ends at what? 3.
3.
Yeah, so we're just gonna adjust that values and then until we get what we want, right? So that's the second approach, and it's straightforward, as you can see. So now, though, let's think about the lines one more time. The lines will begin from 1, 2, 3,
12.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. So there are 12 divisions, but there's a 13. The lines are 13.
Right.
So it's always 12 plus 1. That's the little math over there. So if you want something to begin from here and end over there, you say begin from 1 and end at 13. That's the only 10. So let's do that. Let's do that. Put that logic in place. I believe this one is the simplest way, this approach. So now we just have to do that for all the boxes, right? So we need to type all of them again, but we have them here. We just copy the classes. You can see the size of this project is pretty big, but you know, just by understanding the layout, you are doing it very easily. So with the template columns, we don't care about grid area. So instead of grid area, we can say grid column start and grid column end. So there is a shortcut for that, and that is the grid column. If you say grid column, you can just say 1 and 12. That means start from 1, end at 12, right? So let me just show that grid column start. I want A to start at 1. And then you set another property, grid column end. And then put 13 over here. Now let's see what we get if I refresh the screen. Sorry. So A is taking the whole space and everything else is stuck at the bottom. But it's okay, it doesn't matter. We're gonna work on all of them anyway, so. Okay, I mean, of course, we can do the rows also, the auto row, you know, so that they will just not be stuck like this. They will have some forms, but it doesn't matter. So let's just, we have this. And I'm saying that the shortcut for this is what? You can just say grid column. The first number is the start and the second one is the end. So we can just remove this and we save it. If you go, it will give you the same thing. See, it's giving me the same thing. A is taking the whole space, everything else is squeezed at the bottom. That's fine. Let me just add something here. Grid auto flow. I mean, it's always going rows anyway. So automatic rows here, I'm just setting 1 FR. just for now. We can remove it later on. So even that didn't really help. No problem. Let's continue. We can remove it since it's not, seems like it's not useful for now. So we just have to keep doing this for all the areas. So area number 2, again, you guys will tell me what we need there. Just 1 second. I'm trying to make this quick and clean. So, you know, you can just substitute it everywhere. I mean, just copy and paste. So let's do this 3 at a time. We just finished with the first one. So here, this is gonna take from here to here. So we need to divide it into 3, right?
Mhm.
So what do you think is going to be? It's gonna be, the first one is gonna take 1, 2, is it 4 or 3? I think it's 4. And then the second one will begin from 4 to, is it 8 or 9? We'll figure it out. If we get it wrong, we'll see. Then 8 to 13. I'm just dividing the space into 3 equal parts. Let's see. For that, and if we look, it looks like we got it right. You see? It looks like we got it right. The other things are just stacked over there, but we'll work on them, so no problem. Did you guys, I don't think we got it right, because from here to here, looks like it's slightly longer than this ones.
Right.
So let's think. Let's think a little bit. 12 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. I don't think these divisions are equal parts, are they? But we can always adjust it if they are not. But that's what do you think? Are they equal?
No, I think the last one looks a little bit longer.
Okay. So maybe let's try 1 to 5 and see. 1 to 5, 5 to 9. This is just the division in your mind, right? We can also do a quick test to know exactly what it should be. Let's just remove everything for now. We can do the math, just removing everything for now. Save. I just want to have the 12 divisions again. If they will come as 12. Why is it only 4 now? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. So if you want to divide 12 into 3, you need to give 4 equal parts to one of the divs. So if you want to give 4 parts, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it shouldn't be 1 to 4. It has to be 1 to 5. It's always +1. It's a little math over there. So let's just go back like this. So this one should be 1 to 5, and then 5 to 9, and then 9 to 13. So if we now go back and see,
That won't be even.
it will not be even.
Oh, okay.
Now it will be even. You can see completely even.
Oh, okay.
Because we want to give 4 parts to one of them.
Okay.
So 4 plus
4,
1.
okay.
Okay, so that's a good trick. Now I think we get the point. So let's see the next one has to be the whole thing. So the whole thing is easy. 1 to 13. We've already done it. So copy, give E 1 to 13. And guys, don't get confused with the grid area. We are changing them. Let me just remove them here so they don't confuse anyone watching. Or instead of removing, I'll just paste. I'm just gonna paste things there, which we can edit later on. I'm gonna paste. We're gonna edit later on. Let everyone take the whole space for now. So this one is another way, as you can see. we follow the same thinking, and then you can also get your layout. Okay, so there's the last one, and just remove that. Control C, remove that. Okay, now save this. Let's view this in the browser. Yeah, so this is what we got. So we are good up to this point. So now let's go to the next line. So we just did this one. Next line is what? 2 divisions. It's the first time we are doing 2 divisions. So 2 divisions will be, who can tell me? It's gonna be 1 to what and 1 to what?
1 to 7.
Thank you very much. 1 to 7. So 1 to 7, and then the other one will be 7 to 13. Perfect. So I hope we don't confuse ourselves with this. So let me just put it.
But I think it's supposed to be on box 5, right?
Are you sure? I think it's box 5 is supposed to be the full one, but again, we may be confusing ourselves. Let's see.
Yeah, but let's just see.
See, this is box 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is the whole of this. So it should be on the 6 and 7.
6. Okay.
Yeah. So I think we got it right. 6 and 7.
Okay.
We have to do the same thing for
8 and 9.
8 and 9. Okay. So 8 and 9 will be 1 to 7, and then 7 to 13. Once we do it, we bring it up, and then let's check number 10. Number 10 is 4 divisions. Yay, guys! I'm counting.
10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah. So what should the division be? What should the numbers be? Sorry. Just go up. What do you
1
think?
to 4.
1 to 4. Okay.
1 to 4. 4 to 7.
4 to 7. Yeah.
7 to 10.
Okay.
Then 10 to 13.
10 to 13. It looks like you got it. But let's see. You can always test. The thing about coding is you can always do the test. So sorry, it's not here. Just view in browser to see what you've done. And it looks like we got it. See this, it looks like 4 equal divisions of the space. That's good. So let's think about how we got that. So you have 12 over there. If you divide 12 into 2, into 4, you're getting 3. So you just add 1 to it every time.
1.
Yeah. So 3 plus 3 is 6, so 6 plus 1, like that, together. Afi, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
That's a little thinking there, right? Oh man, who would have thought that you're gonna be doing this thinking here as you program? We don't have a choice. Now we go to this. This is 2 divisions. So
that's 14, 15.
Okay, 14, 15. So 1 to 7. And then 7 to 13.
13.
7 to 13. And then the last one is
1.
So we are good. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another way to do it. I believe this is the easiest one, but we can continue from here, or we can continue from the other side. Now we're gonna add the content. Yeah. You see, we have the same thing that we did. So whichever one is easier for you, you can use. Okay. Now I want to continue from where? Where should I even continue from? We can continue from anywhere. But I guess let's just continue from the first place, because there are a few things I want to show you guys with this method also. Okay, so now let's begin to add the content in there. But I guess before we do it, let's define some rows also. So you can see that we have 12 columns, but we don't know the number of rows. I mean, we've given the number of rows, but I want us to kind of define some hypothetical length to it, because we can see that they don't have the same size, right? This is very small. The rows, this is pretty long. This is very small. You see, so the length is not the same. So let's just define some hypothetical length for the rows. Grid template. I mean, you know, some of these things, they kind of come automatically also. So I want us to use percentages. So we can just assume this to be, say, 3% for now. 3% of the entire height, the parent height. So the next one should be this. So if this is 3, then this one should be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 30. Let's say 10 times this one. I can say 30% here. I'm just doing educated guess. So then this one can be, this is about half of this, slightly less than half, or it's about half of that. So let's make this 15%. Now the next one, this is also about, it's not up to this. So let's make this say another 15 or 20. Let me make that 20%. So now this one is, I guess, the longest. So let's make it say 35%. Right, this is the longest, 35. And this is there. Let's make that say 15 or 20 is fine. 15% for now. Then the next one is this one. This one can be another 15 or 20. It can be another 15. They look like they are the same. And then the last one, we can make it 10. Okay, 10%. Let's save it. Save it. So let's see what we get. It didn't take any effect because we don't have any content in there, so no problem. But as we put content in there, that's gonna matter. Okay, so let's start to put content. There's nothing else to do. So let's begin from the top. Let's begin from the top. So the top is gonna be box 1. So within box 1 here, what do we need in there? We need, let's go to the main site. We need something like a text, right? For now, just a text. So H1 or H2, anything will be okay.
H2, H3.
Okay, let's use H3 then. We can say H3 here. Then let's put lorem ipsum. 10 lines looks okay to me. Okay. So that's it. Let's view this. Yeah, so we have this there. And it's like that. It looks like the height is too much, but not a problem. Let's just keep adding the contents. Okay, so box number 1, we have that. What else do you think we should add to box number 1 to finish it? Look at this code.
Maybe we want to do alignment.
We want to do alignment. Why do you want to do alignment? Alignment of what?
Okay, never mind. Don't worry, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, that's why, because I was thinking about it, and
Yeah.
I thought the way it was changing, it can be like HTML. So that's why I asked the initial question.
Okay.
JavaScript.
Yeah, JavaScript.
Okay, so one thing I can see is the color, right?
Yeah.
So we can change the color, the background color. So, and also we can also see that the text color is different, right? It's not black, it's white. So let's put that 2 in place and see what we get. So it's box number 1. So just come to box number 1 here. Do the background color. This color is like blue, right? It's not, is
Yeah.
it? Or like dark blue?
Deep
No.
blue, deep, like hammy blue.
Yeah, how many
Yeah.
or something? Yeah. And then, so of course, this would work. So if I want to change the color of the text in there, what should it be?
Font color.
Okay, it's font color. That's a good color. A good thing. Let's see if there's something called font color. I don't think there. I know you need color. Color is
One
what.
side, yeah. So just color. I
So
think it's just color. They just
yeah,
put color.
it's color. So you try it. You see, font color is not there, so it's
It's
color.
not there, yeah.
I know that it was color, but I wanted us to just, because we are coding from scratch, so it's good to experiment with things, right? So now let's go in and see what we have. This kind of looks close to what we need. It looks like just the size is too big. Let's just
Yeah, we're gonna adjust it.
yeah, let's
Two.
2 and see. Even the 2 looks like it's not really. It didn't change anything. Did I save it? Yeah, surprisingly, the color is not changing. It's got a mind of its own. So, but the good thing is that it's responsive. You see, if it becomes smaller, it jumps to the next line. That's what you want. Okay, so now let's move to the next line for now. The next items. What do we need in there? We need to have a heading. We need an image. And then we need a paragraph. And what do you think this is? This element?
That's not, is that click or button? Click?
So there is no
That's link.
A link.
What is a click? A link, you mean a link?
Yeah, like, sorry.
So a link is, what is the link element in HTML? Do you guys know what a link element is? The link element,
Yeah. Go ahead.
if you have an external CSS file, you use the link element to connect it.
Yeah.
So that's the link. So, but over here, you mentioned the button. I said, what element? So button is an element, and this is not a button element. So what other element can give us this clickability? There are pretty much only 2 elements for this if you want to create something like this. So you have the button, you put the href, you have that, but there's another one, anchor tag, right?
Yeah, anchor tag. Yeah.
The anchor tag. That's what this is. Essentially, you can see this is the button. Normally, buttons are like this. Yeah, but if you see like this one, then it's the anchor. So let's just do that. So within box number B here, we start with the heading, which is say H3 or what H?
H2 is bigger, I guess.
It looks like it's H3. So Lorem Ipsen. How many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there are 7 letters. So let's just make it 7. So that's the heading. Just go to the next line. What is the next element? It's supposed to be an image.
Image.
The image tag. You just have to go to the source. So my images are in this folder, and I'm inside this folder. So I need to come out of this folder first. To come out of the folder, what do I do?
Is it dot? Yeah. Dot directory.
Double that. That means you are out of the folder now. Now, all the other folders are available to you to enter. So I want to enter into the images. So I have it. Now you can pick any of these images. Let's pick New York. And then now I have my image. So with the images, I just want we don't want the out, but let's set the height over here. What do you think is this height here? Just an educated guess. We can set the height in the CSS also, but I just want to set it at the time of loading so that we can always be sure that we're gonna have that height. Oh, guys, I think I clicked on something. So I want to go back. Okay, so this image is, what do you think this height is? Any number of pixels? We can do 200 pixels or 250 pixels. When I tried it, I just used 250, but you can do an educated guess. So I know 250 sounds familiar. So the width, what should the width be? We want to set the width also. This one, I'm expecting you guys to answer it. So this image lives in this container. What do you think the width should be? There is a little padding over there.
30%.
Sorry?
30%.
30%. Why 30%?
Because the whole side is it's 100%. The
Okay,
length of it is 100%.
okay.
Then divided into 3 is 90. If we use 30, the
Okay.
margin, the space for the margin and everything should take 10%.
Okay.
If I'm right.
That's amazing. But I have there's one thing you missed. Now, if you say percent, what space, what size are they looking at? The size of the parent, Dave. That's what they are looking at.
Okay.
So if you use the percent over here, what is the parent of the image tag? What is the parent of this image tag? It is,
Can I see the code?
sorry, Afi.
Can I see the code again?
Okay. So this is the image tag that we are looking at. What is the parent?
The parent is the div, right?
What Dave? Dave has a name, box 2,
I'm
right?
sorry.
Box 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the parent is box 2. So if you say 100% or 30%, it's going to take 30% of the parent's width.
Mm-hmm.
So box 2 over here, what is box 2? This is box 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole of this is now box 2.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all three together.
Is no, only
No,
this.
this is box 2,
Box
3,
two.
4. Yeah.
Yeah. So only this one here is box number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really number 2 or number 3? Let's be careful here. Box 1. Oh, sorry. So we are thinking about this one here. So this is also an image, but it's hard for you to see it. That's why I want us to use this as
Oh, okay.
a reference point. So this is actually box number 3, this one. But they have the same properties, you can see. So now, Ibrahim, using the same logic that you did, thinking that the parent of this image is the whole of this,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
and it is not that. So that is
It's
the
not.
ancestor. That is the ancestor, it's not the parent. So the parent, yeah, the parent is only this size.
The div, yeah.
So what do you think the width of this image should be in order to take, what percent of the parent size do you think this div should have? This image?
Probably it's covering everything. It should be higher, probably like 80% or 90
Actually,
or 100.
it's covering everything. There is a pattern. There is a pattern.
Yeah, okay, should we do 80?
No, it should be 100. If it's covering everything,
Okay.
if it's covering everything, it has to be 100%.
Okay.
If you use 80, it's gonna be in the middle. It's gonna hang like this.
Okay.
Okay. So once we do this and we view what we've done, now we have this. Can you see what we got now? It's taking 100%. We need to add padding, which we're gonna add later on. So now what other thing do we need there? We need a paragraph text and then the anchor tag, so we can add it very fast. As soon as we do one content, we just copy and paste it for the others.
We need another head. Oh, okay. This one is in, sorry.
Yeah, this
is with the picture, is with the image.
Oh, okay. So we have a paragraph, and the paragraph you can say, you just put Lorem Ipsum. You can count how many words are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2,
Let's say 32, 30.
8, 9, 10. It's like 32 or so. You can just do, yeah, right, like 32. It's always okay to do an educated guess also. So that will take care of the paragraph. And then the only thing left is the anchor tag and
Got that.
is the A. Then you close it like this. Once you type it like this, you have to come here and remember that there is an href attribute, and then you set it. For now, the href is not going anywhere, so we just put pound key over there. But what should be the content of the anchor tag? Learn more, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So if we view what we've done, and we have this. And look at how because the content is very big, it's pushing the other things away. And I'm gonna show you why it is doing that. That's why I wanted us to use this approach. I'll show you why. So now, at least we can see that the content for the first div is done. Let's copy the same thing for the other three, because it's the same content, right? Sorry. It's the same thing, the same layout. They all have the same behavior.
Mhm.
So we just, so the C, just paste it there. Then we'll do the same for the next one here.
So maybe the heading we have to reduce the number.
Oh, for some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So just 3 so that it can reflect the real picture of what we're doing.
that's right. It's a good one. Let's just remove some of this. And yeah, let's remove some. Okay, so now let's view what we got. Yeah, see now it looks like they have now all shared the space now. It looks like they are all sharing the space right now equally, which is good. So actually what I wanted to show you, that problem didn't happen, which is interesting because the columns are kind of, we didn't really specify the width of the columns. So it's kind of, it's inferred it automatically. So that's fine. Because if it doesn't do that, it's okay for you to specify a column.
Yeah, I think the grill stuff, it's very powerful. So it's embedded with the size and everything. It's
Right.
gonna fix itself like this. So far you get the range, the area and the template of the column you want to use.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Because
Yeah.
I was thinking about it that we need to set the weight, the height and everything. And
Yeah.
it adjusts itself.
It's adjusting itself. Yes. Yes. So that's very good. And it's a very good point also. So we can just do the padding right now and then leave the rest of them. Let's do the padding. So the padding, it looks like all of them have the padding. So let's set it at the universal place here. Say padding of say, let's just use 7 pixels. All of this you can adjust, you know, or your manager can tell you, no, make it bigger, make it smaller. So now you see the padding. But we can also add a gap, right? Because there is a gap in it. You see the gaps in there?
Mhm.
So the gap is a parent level property. You know, you can see the parent level and the children. You're just going up and down. So let's add a gap at the parent level. And we can make it any number for now. Just make it 15 pixels for now. And let's view. And boom. We have the gaps all over. Okay. This is good.
That was way
Yeah.
easier.
I'm sorry.
I said that was way easier than the one that we did last time, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so now let's move to the next element, which is the box number 5 is taking the whole space. So with this, let's do the content. See, normally, if you look at this carefully, you can see that there are two different things in there, right? This is different and this is different. So the most intelligent thing to do is not to treat them like they are the same. Treat them different. So this is the whole text and this is the image. So the best way to do that is to use two divs in here. So one div for the top part and then the second div for the second part. I mean, you can give them a class if you need them, if you need to. So let me just say
Left and right.
Okay. Box 5, box 5 div. I mean, there is a way you can do this without, you can just go to the box 5 and select all the divs also. But it's all right, let's just do it this way. So now we've done this because I see two divisions over there. So let's concentrate on this part first. There is a heading, and this heading looks slightly bigger than the others. So let's make that like H1 or H2.
H2, let's use 2.
Okay, so H2, and then how many letters are there?
4.
4, so lorem 4, enter. Now, this next one is a paragraph, P, and let's see how many words are there. It doesn't matter. You can do an educated guess, 5, 10, about 17. So the paragraph will say lorem 17 and hit enter. Now, the next element is, what is this element? Can you guys tell me?
Is it list?
It's a list, but there are two types of list, ordered and unordered.
URL.
This is you. Okay, you are right. What is the
URL.
if ordered? What do you think it will be?
Ordered.
Ordered.
Underline it. Maybe.
No, ordered will number them 1, 2, 3. Order. There's an order.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So now in here you can now have your list. Li, sorry, the list. So Li to list them. So what's the first thing? Office.
Office closing.
Yeah, I'll just say hours just to kind of make it unique a little bit. And then here we can say, sorry. You see, if you enter the wrong tag, it will not yell at you. That's why it's so good thing to just do this and do this. Type the tag name and hit enter, and then even that, it will still, if you enter the wrong tag, it will still take it. So we can say,
find our office.
As today, something. So now that completes this div. We can go ahead and add the image now. I mean, you guys are pros, so let's just add the image, or let's see what we've done first. If we come, this is what we've done. So let's add the image. When things are divided, just divide them, put them in a div, and then your life will be easy. So image tag, what is the source? So I need to get out of this place and enter into images, and then pick, it's an S, pick any of these images. I'm just gonna use the same one. We don't have to, we could use any one. So again, the images, I just want to specify the height and the width when I'm loading them.
And the position.
The position of the image.
Yeah, do you think it will go to the right automatically?
Let's see. What? Okay, let's think about it. Do you think this will go to the right automatically?
Let's see. Let's see on view on browse, and let's see how it's going to give us.
I think we can make an educated guess here also.
Yeah.
See, what I mean is, this is a div. A div, what is the display property of a div? Div is a block displayed, right? Block means take the whole place.
Okay.
So this one will take the whole space. And then this one is another block. It will also take the, so
it will come down to it.
Yeah, to come down because this is taking the whole space.
Whole space.
Yeah,
But now we want it by the side.
Yeah, we want it by the side.
Okay, that's so.
So now, how do we get it to the side? It's a tough
We do
question.
inline.
We can do inline and see if that would work. We can make each of them inline block and see if that would work. Let's try that. So now that we gave them an ID, can just call them by ID and just do it up here. I mean, you can also do it down there too, but you add the styles. But so this one, if I want to make it inline, what am I changing? Display, right?
Yeah.
Actually, inline will not help you, but I would think of inline block, but let's see the inline one. So you can specify the width and the, so inline didn't help you at all. We need inline block so that we can specify some dimensions. Okay.
And we can reduce the size too.
And we can reduce the size also. So we can say inline block. I'm already thinking of the, see, once you know flex and grade, we always try to think about using them first. Because the flex will make our life very easy. Just 2 lines of code and we are done. Can you guys see it? We can turn that into a flex container and then we can just space between them and that's it. But if you want to manipulate it the traditional way, then it's a tough work. But let's see. It can be done, but it will be tough. So now you have is using inline block. This is what we got. This image is already, you know, the weight is pretty big, but in order to have this to come to the side, now you have to do margin and all of that. And look at this, it's now moved to the bottom. You need it to stay at the top, it's at the bottom. So if you go this way, it will be hard for you.
Oh, okay.
Let's make it flex. If you make it a flex container, immediately you're gonna have this behavior and then you just space between them and you're done.
Okay.
So let's try that. Let's try the flex. So I'm just giving you a hint that if you go this way, it's hard. But now we know the flex, so let's use them. Flex. So just once you change it into flex, flex will do a lot of the job for you. Actually, flex, this is what flex is doing. It's kind of uncalled for. Let's make sure that I don't think this is working as we expected. Let's see. Display flex. Let me go down there to make sure we haven't made any mistake. Oh, so there is a mistake, guys. See, this one, if the flex has to be on the parent, it's not on the flex items, right? Can you see it? We made the flex item a flex container. You can do anything, but that's not what we want. We want this box 5 to be a flex. So we can just copy this and delete this one here for now. Delete this here for now. If we need it, we'll bring it back. Let's go to box number 5. Box number 5 here. Let's turn it into flex container. And let's see what we have. And now see, this looks better. See, at least this one is at the top. And this one is supposed to take 100% of the space, but it's not taking it. So we need to now look at, we can code that part, you know. So let's see what we can do here. Image, go back, let's see. This image is supposed to be taking 100% and it's not taking, okay. Let me call this now. Just think together and see what we can do to achieve what we want. So let's just set a border so we see what we are doing. 1 pixel, solid, and then orange. Just so we see what we are doing. So see, this one is taking this space, and then this div, why is it taking a very small space? Which is very interesting. So I guess we have to make this one take 100% of the space available. But so let's set the width here to 100% for now and see what we get. Okay. Okay. So I guess you see that's all we had to do. The flex container, we have 2 items in there, and we are making sure every item is taking 100% of the space available to them. So they are sharing the space equally. It's exactly what we want. Even check the middle here. Check the middle here. And then let's go back. You can see it's exactly what is happening. So it looks like we're good. Let's just do the pattern. And the pattern is already there, but we set the pattern for all of them. So what we don't want is the border. So I'll just take the border out. So all that we did was we turned box 5 into a flex container, and then we just adjusted the width within the container to achieve our goal. So, you know, there's always a little bit of thinking, but, you know, if you can do it. The flex and the grid, they make you work. You achieve a lot with a very small amount of code. So I think this side is good for now. This side is good for now. So we can move to the next. You can see this one here and the first layout, they are very similar. There is image in the middle, there is a title and paragraph. So we can just copy the same content and use. So just copy the whole content. You have any questions, guys?
No, not right now.
No.
Okay. Do you like what happened?
Yeah, we're enjoying it.
It's always nice when I'm doing, but I mean, you guys we are all doing this together, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I'm sure you would say that we should reduce this a little bit, the title. So take some out. Take some out. And then down here, we can increase it a little bit to create an account. Create an account. You can see that there is something that comes before this. So there is some text. I believe we can just put it here. Thank you for creating. So this anchor tag, you can embed it into a sentence. So if I do this, if I write something without putting it in any element, what element is it going to take by default? It's going to take a paragraph. So why is it like this? Did we make any mistake there? This is saved. That, and then it looks like there is an error there. Let's see what it is. Okay, 1 second. Let's see something. Let me take out this for now. Let's see if that is the cause of that. But that's not the cause. It's a little strange. So box number. Oh, I think we made a big mistake. See where I posted it. So we just want this content. We didn't want all of this along with it. So that's why the numbering is good. You can see 6, 7, 8. So it helps us to know where we are. So now I have 2 headings, so I have to take one out. So this one would work. Okay, so now this is what we got. Creating an account. So let's just bring back what we had over there. Thank you for. Did I give you the answer to this question if you just type something like this without putting it in any element? It's gonna behave like a paragraph. So we have that. Thank you for creating an account. Okay, so now that looks close. So let's see the other one. The other one has all this unlisted stuff. So it's kind of similar to this one. So let's just bring this. Okay, so G, oh, it also has an image. So let's just edit it from here. Copy. And paste. And image is there. I don't think it has a paragraph. It just has a list of stuff. So bring this, remove the paragraph and the thank you. Has it got anything? There's no thank you. But it has a little paragraph there. So let's just remove this. Paste that and add. And just how many lines are there? 3 of them. Let's just copy one of this and add. Okay, so this one we can make it shorter. I think there is a semicolon there. Okay. Let's see what this is. This becomes now. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty similar to what they have. So now we move to the next element. You can see once you have the layout, see this is also the same. It's very similar. Actually, this is similar to this one. It only has more of this. And it also has that. So let's do it. You can just copy stuff and paste here. I'll just copy this one here. Paste it in there. Paste it in here. And instead of a paragraph, I think it has this. Instead of, there's a little paragraph and then all this. So it's a little paragraph. And just remove this. And put this here. And it has 4 of them. It's just, you see the content is always HTML. There's no way around it. Then you copy this. The second, this one is also similar thing. So you paste it in I. And if we save, we have that. We have this also. So now we're doing the 4 size, the 4 section. You have the layout, your life is easy. So this one is very similar to this one. So we can just copy it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Box number 6. Box number 6. Box 6. Copy all of it. Cut. So the 4 of them, they have similar content. So paste it there. We do the same thing for all the 4. Okay, now you save and then you come back, refresh all the 4. Right? Our life is almost, we're almost done. Okay. You see, the layout is everything, man. Now, we do the last 2. What does the last 2 look like? If you have any questions, please ask it, okay? So this is similar to this one. It just doesn't have that. So we can just copy 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So number 8 from the bottom. 3, 7, 8. So this one, I'm gonna copy. I'm just gonna leave out the thank you. And it's already copied, but just show you guys that I did. And the 2 of them have the same behavior. So Boom. Put it in here, do nice formatting. And put it in here. So that's it for the two. If you refresh that, we have that too. The only thing left is the last one, the bottom. What content is there? So there is an H1, there is check boxes. Oh, if you click on it, other things are showing. To do that, we need to have CSS. So, and then all this, we can do it. We can create all these elements and then we can make them hide and show based on what is selected. We need a CSS to do that. So we need JavaScript. So we're just gonna do this only. So we need an H1 tag, maybe H3. H3 here. So lorem 5. And then I see we need an input tag of type radio button. You have checkboxes, but that is a radio button. You can give it a name too. Name equals has it got any name? Let's see. Yes, the yes, I believe, is the name. Let's see. Let's put yes here. If you forget the syntax, you can always look it up. You can say how do I enter an input tag? So you enter 2 of them, but there are 2 there. One is no, yes and no, and then the last thing is the button, which is a submit button. So just say button, and can do the href. Oh, buttons, normally you don't really need to, add an href. It depends on what you're doing, right? This one is a submit button, so we can even use an input tag to achieve the same goal. So we can use an input tag to achieve the same goal. There are different ways of achieving the same goal. You can do this input, and then the type you can say submit. You can say submit. Because this is a pretty well-known. I don't even think we need this. You can just say name equals submit. Let's see what this does for us. Yeah, we have this. So this looks good. See, submit query. So, but we need to. What do you think, guys? What do you think we should do here? We have to center it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just center everything there, and then we are good. So how do I do that? How do I center it?
What's that graph that you were showing us yesterday?
Graph? You mean the one of the?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to see clarification.
Oh, on the web page, the Global Mastery web page you were showing us yesterday.
Oh, this one is just the text that you are centering, so you don't need to worry about that.
Okay. So can you put align center?
Yeah, text align will do it for you. Text align. Align the text in there. But you were doing advanced thinking there. That's good. So you just basic stuff mostly. Once you have the layout, you don't need to do much. Just use the basic CSS. So this is box 16. If you do say text align here, it will work. But you can try other things, and then if they don't work, then you just keep adjusting things. Yeah, this looks like it's working. So how do I make this thing go to the next line? How do I make it go to the next line?
Can I see the code?
Is this. Well, normally, you don't even need to, should I tell you, you can just put break here. That's it.
Okay, break. I was going to say break, but I thought paragraph.
No, it couldn't. It's, you know, it's all right. So we have it down there. That's it. Because they are inline properties. All of them are inline properties. That's why they were going on the same line. So just put break between them, and then that's it. So with that, it looks like we have everything. Any questions? Any questions?
No.
No.
Okay, so do you guys see any difference that you want us to try to get? Right. What do you think of the colors and the spaces around it? To this space and the colors. Let's try to add that, okay? See the space.
Yeah.
So I have a question. You see that space? See that space? If I want to put space here, what will I do to get that? Like,
If you space where?
see, you can see the body, they have all this space here, the space around it here. What do I have to do to have that?
Margin.
Sorry?
Margin.
Why margin?
Margin gives space, right? It can help with the spacing.
No. Margin allows you to have spaces between two. So right now you are not adding spaces between elements though, right? I'm talking about the outside here. It looks like it's outside, but it's really inside. You want to squeeze the content in there. Remember the box model, right? So now all of this here, let me help you get it. You see everything in the body, we put them in the grid container, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to squeeze some space around here, if I put a border around the container, it's going to be here all the way there. And you can see our code, our implementation. See, there is a border there. I want to squeeze some space between them. So what is that? The space between the content and the border. That is the padding. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the use of the padding. Like we did the same thing. See, this is the way you should think about it. See, when we wanted a little space around this, we just did the padding to squeeze the content in there. Even we could make it slightly bigger. It's the same concept. We want a little space around the content. So we can say, we can just use padding. Where you are doing the padding is important. In the parent container, you can say padding 35 pixels. And let's see what we get. You see, this is when everything that we've learned becomes useful. You can see now we have that. So clearly 35 is too small. So we can make it say 55, 65. Probably too big, but we will see. Yeah. This looks better to me. And I guess they don't have it at the top here. They only have it on the side. So left and right. So we can just say, we already put a pattern around everywhere, but the last statement you can say pattern top, padding top, make it very small because this is very small padding. So let's just make it 5 pixels. Always, it will take the last property that it reads is what takes priority. When it gets to this line of code, it will put 65 pixels around everywhere. And then this one is saying for the top, don't make it 65, make it only 5 pixels. So it's another way to do this one. And if we refresh, you can see the top is slightly smaller. Now, the tough question, how do we get the colors? The color, look at the colors on the page. You see?
Gray.
Yeah, and then inside here is white. Inside the divs are white, and then everything else is it's different color, like gray or something. So I just want us to add that. Can somebody give it a try? How we can add this color?
Can I see the
Should
code?
we check the inspection? Should you inspect?
If you inspect it, you are cheating.
Oh, okay.
So just the concepts, right? And
Yeah.
so Alfie, right now, because there's a lot of code here, when you look at the code, it will not help you much.
Mm.
You need to think about the high level design of the page to get the idea of what to do. You know what I mean? Because now if you look at the code, it's very confusing a little bit.
Right.
But if you remember the layout and the high level design of the page, then it will give you some ideas, right? You know, all of these divs, they live in a container, right?
Yeah.
And you can see the background of the container is having the same color. See, so it's the background of the container. Even the body also has the same background. So if we change the background of the container, then it will affect the whole page. So that's one way to go. And so once you change the background, it will happen. If the divs inside the container, if they don't have any background color, they're gonna inherit the color of their parent, which is the gray. So this is a two-step process. Set the background of the main container, and then set the background of the inner divs also. So if we change the background of the whole container to say light gray or something, and then we make the inner divs, we make their background white, then that will give us what we need.
Okay.
Do you guys agree with me? The way I was thinking about it?
Yeah.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah, it's just, you have to just look at it carefully. Before you try anything, think a little bit. If I try this, what's going to happen? Normally you will get the answer, but sometimes you have to do a lot of trial and error to get your way, but that's not the way it should be. So the background color here, let me just say light gray. Let's see what we have. And we have this. You see now, this is pretty close. The only thing is that, again, our inner divs, they are also taking the background of the body because we didn't set the background for them. So you see, we just have to now set the background of the inner divs. And we do for all of them, they all have the same background, so we can do it over here.
Go ahead. Huh? She don't finish.
Background color here, do white. And that's it. If we save this, then now we have this. You see? So this is, I don't think there is anything else. So can you guys tell me what this is? I know we need to wrap up since it's time is due. See, because we set the background of everything to white, now the header has also changed. So the header It's also taking the same that. So box
Can
one
we go to that box for the header
is
to
this one.
specify the background?
Yeah, we have it. We have it there. And that
Okay.
background is overridden. Yeah, guys, if you solve this problem, I'll be very happy. Well, how can we solve this problem? Actually, there are
Okay.
two ways of solving it.
Can I
So
see the main page again, please?
you have to always think about the high level design, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So this one should be that, and now it's not that.
Oh, okay. Let's see our page again.
So remember, this is setting everything with a box
Mhm.
to white. And then the box one is setting its own color to dark blue over here. So why is it that the white one is overriding the dark blue? That's the question. Why is it overriding it?
Because it's the parent, right?
What is the parent?
The
You mean
box.
the box is the parent? Let's see if
Yeah.
it's not the parent. See, the box is right next to it. See, the box is right next to the box one. See, the box
Okay.
in the class it's not a parent. They are the same level. The parent is the grid. So come again.
Okay, in it, can we hold on. What I'm thinking where you can say none, like box one, none, but I don't think that is possible. Like background, box one, like the background color of the general one, because it's every box that changed to white.
Yeah.
But we want to set box one, only box one to blue background.
Yeah. So one way of doing it, you can do the selection to exclude box one from it. That's what it
Okay.
says.
So how do you do that?
So that I will leave it to you as an assignment.
Okay.
How to select and remove box one from the selection. You can get the answer right away by looking at. So that's one way of doing it. Another way is what you just said is what we've already done. See, we are setting everything to white, and then we are saying box one should be dark blue. So the problem is the code will read from the top here. It's gonna set box one to dark blue. And then when the code gets to this place, it's setting everything to white. So the white will override box one because this is what is read last. That is the problem. So one way to do this is to make sure that this code comes. You can make sure that this code, I'm showing you how to solve this. You can make sure this code is above the box one. So it binds on all of them so that any other settings you put here will be the latest thing the code is going to see, and it will take priority. So now what we've done is at this point, everything is white, and then it will come here. Box one says, well, don't make it white, make it dark blue. So if you put this above this, you're going to achieve your goal. You see, now we got what we wanted. Remember, you are coding, the way the coding works is that the computer goes line by line, right? So the latest thing that the latest value that you set is the one that's gonna matter. So that's one way to solve this problem, okay? Now, let me try another way to see if that works. See, I'm gonna put this right back to where it was at the bottom, which means that is the last thing that's gonna be read. So now it will take priority, so that doesn't work. And why don't we see any text in here? Do you guys know why? Because the text color is white also. So the white and the white, they blend in and then you don't see anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there is a text over there, but the color and the background are the same. So you don't see it. So now let's go back. I want to show you another solution that might work. It's been a long time I tried it. There is this keyword here called not important. I I think this one you pronounce, you say is important. I think that's how you read it. Now let's view again. And boom. We still have we still have it. So do you know what that keyword is? This keyword. Do you guys want to know what it means?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? Okay, you want me to tell you, right?
Yeah.
It means that this is important. In other words, don't override it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you put that there, this is important means don't override it. Leave it as it is. Okay, so of course there are other ways of doing it. Just you can choose not to assign the box to box 1 so that it will, if you take the box out of here, then it will not, you'll be okay. But then you have to also copy all this and add it to box 1. So there are thousands of ways of doing this, okay?
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is what it is. And I want to mention one last thing. So we are lucky that, you know, the sizes and everything automatically worked for us. But in case that they don't work, you can just add one last statement here saying grade auto columns, grade auto columns, grade auto columns, and set some dimension, say 1 FR something. Like, because this is helping you to set any column that is in this code, you're saying that the length should be 1 fractional unit. In other words, if you divide the place into, say, 12, you can even make it a fixed unit, anything. Once you specifically tell them what the width of the columns should be, that will fix that problem. Because I ran into that problem before, but I'm surprised that we didn't run into it now. So what we did didn't change anything. So in case you are doing it and the sizes don't automatically happen for you, in equal, it will automatically happen, but sometimes it won't be equal if the contents are unequal, right? If there's unequal content, then you would have to force the column size. So I'm gonna remove it. We don't have that problem yet, so.
Okay, so I don't know if you can permit me to leave now. I have an emergency to attend.
Yeah, the class has actually ended anyway, so thank you.
Okay, sir.
I mean, I'm just ending.
Thank you so much.
Sure, the assignment is to watch it and replicate it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yes,
Okay.
and also the challenge is the assignment for the flex.
Yeah, I will submit it. I will show you.
Yeah, you finish the flex and then try to use grade for the label
Great.
for that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Half an hour. Bye.
Bye-bye. Afi.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it. We are still recording this, so I want to repeat the assignment again so that we can get it.
Okay.
You learn anything?
Yes, I learned a lot.
Yeah, thank you. And you can see the size. It's a big thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you have to add the heading, we all know you just add another div and, you know, add the contents.
Right.
That's it. So I am pretty happy that we have come this far with this work. So the assignment is for you to watch and replicate what we've done. Of course, you can add your own image, get images from the internet and use it.
Okay.
And then the assignment on the flex, you finish it using the flex properties and then try to do it using the grid. Once you finish with the flex, the content, you already have them. So you just copy and paste.
Okay.
After you have the architecture designed using the grid. So once you do these assignments, I think you're gonna be very competent in CSS.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you so much for your time and for watching this. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.